Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Very good morning and hello everyone. The title of my presentation today is Financial Capability and Utilization of Financial Advisory Services Country Experience. So my name is Mohamad Fazli Sabri. I am from the Faculty of Human Ecology, Universiti Putra Malaysia, and in the same time also representing Malaysian Financial Planning Council. Before that, on behalf of Malaysian Financial Planning Council and research team, I would like to convey our sincere appreciation to the Capital Market Development Fund, Security Commission Malaysia for funding this project. So here is our final report. You guys can easily download from Malaysian Financial Planning Council website. So basically for the purpose of today's presentation, I will cover 6 topics from introduction until recommendation, and what motivate us to conduct this kind of study. So the increasing cost of living experienced by Malaysian in recent years, according to Department of Statistics Malaysia, Malaysian Consumer Price Index or CPI rose at 1.4% on a year-on-year basis in February 2018. In the same time, the complexity of financial product in the marketplace and the statistic, for example, from Central Bank of Malaysia and the Department of Insolvency Malaysia and a few local studies shown that there are increasing numbers of Malaysian declare bankruptcy. All of these challenges have made Malaysian more desperate and prone to making imprudent financial decisions, with number resorting to seeking quick and easy ways to make money. So Malaysians generally lack of a clear understanding of financial risk and return, resulting in their not being able to make a rational financial decision. Based on studies shown that many Malaysians are still susceptible to financial fraud, falling victim to financial scam. As such, there has been call to make financial literacy education available to all Malaysians to prevent exacerbation of the situation. So there are 3 objectives. Number 1, to investigate the general financial literacy and financial capability in Malaysia. Second, to determine Malaysians' literacy of the capital market. And then third, to understand Malaysian preferences with regard to financial advisory services. So in terms of methodology, so we adopt a purposive sampling method for this study, as the sample covers a wide spectrum of Malaysian population. So basically, sample is separated into 4 categories. Number 1, public sector employees. Second, private sector employees. Third, those who live in rural residents. And fourth, youth, or what we call it a Gen Y, study in institution of higher learning. So a pilot study was conducted to check the stability of research instrument in a preliminary small-scale study. So we are using a self-administered questionnaire. There are 4 major sections in the questionnaire. Section 1 consists of questions related to financial literacy. So basically, financial knowledge of the respondent. Second, financial capability of the respondent. The section 4 question regarding financial advisory service in Malaysia. And last, section 4, demographic and socioeconomic information. Data was collected using self-administered questionnaire from April to August 2017, and all the data were analyzed by SPSS. Now let's have a look at our profile of the respondent or demographic. So in terms of ethnicity, so about 2/3 consists of Malay, followed by Chinese and Indian ethnicity. This is consistent with the distribution of national population by ethnicity in Malaysia. So we also found that more than half are female and married. Almost two-third receive their monthly income less than 3,000. About 1/3 of the respondents in the age of 20 to 29 years old. Then majority have their education either at the secondary or tertiary education. And then in terms of household size, the average or national is about 4.13%. And then we can see that from the slide, so about 45% of the respondent have less than 4% in their household. So in terms of socioeconomic, we talk about home ownership and monthly saving. From the slide, we can see that about 1/3 own their own home. Majority, which is 81.3%, save less than 10%. This is something that really worried. We found that many or majority of the respondent doesn't meet the minimum recommendation by the personal finance expert. So where we should save at least 10% from our income. So worrying statistics that 52.1% have a very low asset to the debt ratio, and almost half have income which is enough for basic necessities. So this is in terms of their income adequacy. So we found that only 47.2% their income is just enough for their basic necessities. So let's talk about the financial literacy. This section, understanding of the level of financial literacy on the responding into specific. So we ask question regarding their cash flow management, credit management, saving investment, retirement planning, estate planning, and also general understanding of their respondent on their financial institution. So I just highlighted some of very interesting findings. For example, in the cash flow management, so we found that almost 83.7% or majority of respondents allow expenses to be sometimes higher than income in their general management of cash flow. Second, in terms of credit management, most of the respondents or 2/3 of respondents do not understand that debt cannot be inherited from a legal standpoint. And in terms of saving and investment, it is disturbing to note that about 1/4 of the respondents believe that all investment in Malaysia are legal. So what's next in terms of retirement? Our survey also found that about 43.8% of the respondents believe that they could depend on their EPF. EPF stands for Employment Provident Fund. Savings for their living expenses after retirement. In terms of their knowledge about Sharia or Islamic literacy, so we also found that 71.8% of respondents believe that they could purchase an insurance or takaful policy at any point of their lifetime. The next one is in terms of financial institution. With regard to knowledge of financial institution in Malaysia, only 55.8% of respondents in the study are aware on the role of AKPK. AKPK is a credit counseling and debt management agency. All right. I'm go to the second section is finding on capital market literacy. So in the basic financial question on inheritance, 41.2% are aware of this concept. However, the majority of close respondents either unused not comprehend the question in terms of the financial capital or capital market literacy. So the result indicate that 40% of respondents understand the concept. This validate answer question 1. We also have similar finding. So for example, like we can see here, assume a friend inherits RM 10,000 or Malaysian ringgit 10,000 today, and his sibling inherit 10,000 Malaysian ringgit 3 years from now. Who is richer because of the return? So correctly answer, we found that only 41.2%. And we go to the second question. Suppose that in the year 2025, your income has doubled and prices of all goods have doubled too. In 2025, how much will be able to buy with your income? So the green one is the correct answer. We found that only 44.2%. So in general, we can conclude that most of the respondents in this study, they are not really literate about or not so knowledgeable about capital market. So the next one is in terms of financial capability. Number one, planning ahead. It is alarming to know that about 1/3 of the respondents prefer to live for the moment instead of planning for their retirement. In terms of choosing financial product, 1/3 of respondents feel that they understood the various financial product without having to consult a financial planner or advisor. So now we move to the next item of session in terms of financial advisory. So we have a question here. In your opinion, who among the following is considered a financial planner? So we can see here from that from this slide that about 1/3 considered independent financial planner is considered as a financial planner, and then about 27.4% of the respondent consider credit counseling and debt management counselor as a financial planner, and then it also goes to like a wealth manager, unit trust consultant, insurance, as well as a bank officer. The next question in terms of financial advisory. So who do you prefer to provide you with financial planning services? So you can see that about 15.4% stated that independent financial planner, followed by credit counseling and debt management counselor, wealth management, and then many others. And then because we also ask them whether they have a financial planner, and then majority or more than 2/3 of the respondents in this study don't have any financial planner. So what else? Financial advisory. So we also have a question. What is your expected criterion for a financial planner? So we ask them for them if they want to choose a financial planner, what are criteria being considered? So and then from the pie chart, we can see that majority or about 1/3 of the respondent looking for those who have knowledge about the financial product itself, and then followed by legally able to act in your best interest, and then hold recognized financial license and professional designation. To them, holding financial licenses as well as professional is very important. All right, what are the primary sources or information on the selection of financial planning companies? So we ask them also if they want to choose or to engage with a financial planning company, what are the primary sources? And then higher percentage stated that first they're considered as from media itself, and then people who they know in the financial industry, and the current financial planner in the market. The next question is, what are the preferred qualities in choosing a financial planner? So the higher percentage or majority or more than about 2/3 of the respondents stated that the trustworthiness is the most important qualities for them in choosing a financial planner. So we have a very basic question about their participation in the capital market. So the question is, what is the percentage of your annual income you set aside for investment purpose? Then from the graph itself, we found that 73.4% allocated less than 20% of their annual income on investment, and only 11.9% respondent do not set aside any income. We also found that about 11.9% of the respondents do not set aside any income for their investment purposes. And then we also asked them, at what age did you start participating in saving or the capital market? 62% of the respondents have begun to save when they were younger than 30 years of age. And then the next question, we also ask them, what are the purpose of your investment fund? All right. So we can see that higher percentage of the respondent, the objective of their investment is for their retirement, followed by financial security. They are also looking for higher return, medical emergencies, right? Passive income, as well as children education, and last but not least, achieve financial goal. We also have a question. We ask them, what are your financial resources for retirement? And we found that 67.4% of the respondent stated that they are saving as a financial resource for the retirement, and then about more than half of 54.6% of the respondent believe that employment provident fund or KWSP as sources of their retirement. Other than that, we also found that respondents also stated that properties, life insurance, unit trust or mutual fund, as well as pension or gratuity received from their employment as part of their financial resources for their retirement. All right. As a conclusion, based on our research, we found that more than 82% believe that expenses can sometimes be higher than income, that they could depend on their EPF saving for living after retirement. Second, more than half of them have a saving ratio of less than 10% of their income, and it is therefore not surprising that only 1/3 of them own their own home. Alarming to that, respondents have very little knowledge on TVM, time value of money, inflation, and having highly inadequate understanding in terms of the relationship between risk and investment. Next, an important and a present finding also is that majority of them believe that credit counseling and debt management or AKBK offer financial loans. Only 60% of the respondents admit knowing how to manage their money. About 40% preferred a good standard of living than planning for the retirement. About 1/3 acknowledge understanding of financial product. 60% have little confidence in financial planner, and the majority of the respondents admitted that they do not stay informed of financial changes in the market. Here we have some recommendation. Number one, the development of financial literacy program tailored to meet the differing needs of the various segments of society is highly encouraged. The training format should be kept simple and relevant to the participant day-to-day life. Emphasis should be on learning by doing and linking to the benefit and knowing how to use available financial product and services, number one. Second, we believe that financial planning education or financial education should be mandatory in continuous CPD, in continuous professional development and personal growth programs in the public and private sector. The third one, regulators, policymakers should implement talent development scheme to support a more dynamic financial advisory sector. So we also suggest that Security Commission in the local context should move toward becoming a more investor-friendly organization. Is highly recommended. This can be done through collaboration with financial planning organization experts such as MPC to continually Malaysian Financial Council to continuously organize financial literacy program and to educate them on the real nature of investment as compared to the financial scam. And the private pension administrator PPA should collaborate with the relevant stakeholder to promote greater awareness on the private retirement scheme and planning for retirement. Here are my research committee or research team. And then with that, I end my presentation. If you have further question, you can reach me at fazli@upm.edu.my. With that, I end my presentation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.